Oh my goodness. Am I streaming live on YouTube? Is that working? Is that finally? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna need to have the chat going. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not ready for a multi-stream chat. Multi-chat. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I technical success. I need to see if I'm actually streaming. Am I streaming? Hold up. Eh. Oh my God, I'm actually I'm multi-streaming. I'm multi-streaming. I've had a technical success. Harper, can you honestly, very seriously, can you go to the my YouTube channel and check and see if this is happening over there too? Because I think it's happening over there too. It says that I'm live. It says that I'm live, but it's weird. It's weird when I'm looking at it on my phone. Um, maybe because I'm also me. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Um, yes, 30 months, and you are also officially still better than my husband, because he is not here tonight. He has to take care of the panda kid. Um, but oh my gosh, I think I'm multi-streaming, guys and gals. Um, I will have to insert that if you're every so often that if you are watching me on YouTube, hi. I don't know if I can see you because I only just figured out how to actually multi-stream. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So excited. You don't understand how excited I am this is actually working. I hope if you're catching me for the first time on YouTube, hi, that you find me charming. I'm not gonna have to re-upload this. I just realized, oh, oh, we've got, oh my gosh. Um, I'm having a moment. I'm having a moment that things are actually working for a change. Let me get stuff out on the Discord. That is only going to tell people that I am, at the moment, streaming on Twitch, but apparently I'm also streaming on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I see it, the multi chat. I see the multi chat. I can't respond in the chat, but I can see the multi chat. I'm so excited. And you can't hear anything on the audio mixer. Yes. Oh my gosh, I got my hair did. So hi, I look extra cute for my very first successful multi-stream. Ah, oh, I'm dying here. You don't understand. You don't understand how I've been looking up for like over a week to see what I was doing wrong, and I was still convinced that it was not going to work. Oh, oh, Harper. Harper, thank you. Thank you for being here for this big moment for me. Were you here? Yes. Was my husband here? No. No, he was not here. Oh, I should have had music playing. I was so unprepared for this. So unprepared for this to be correct. Oh my gosh, I am such. If I can do that, my gosh, if I can do this, I might actually even be able to get like alerts and stuff, get exciting things. Oh, I'm technical functionality. That's how we do it from now on. Yes. So it's technical difficulties and technical functionality. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Need a need that. Ooh. Ooh, and you are the best subscriber. You are the best of best subscribers. I have no doubt in my mind there. Um, Now I don't know how I would do the multi-chat for actually being on screen because obviously we are Twitch based. So I may be if I'm lucky enough to get a chatter in YouTube, Harper, you may not see it, but will respond. I will respond there because it's working. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell my group chat this. Uh, oh my god. My multi-stream with YouTube is finally working. Ooh, ooh, okay. So, so actually spending some time today when I was relaxed a little. Um, it is Friday night, so I am going to have some wine, and we're gonna dive into some Quest for Glory. Oh, Quest for Glory. So I decided to do this, even though it's a little bit longer of a, I don't want to say a slog, a little bit longer of a commitment. Commitment, that's a good word. Than say doing Gabriel Knight. Uh, which I mean, of course, and Gabriel Knight, of course, also has the amazing voice acting talent, some FMV, some really great stuff there. When we eventually get to Gabriel Knight, I'll be excited for that as well. Um, but I like the Quest for Glory series because it kind of straddles without going too crazy into the King's Quest era, which I might do King's Quest eventually, but I don't have the love in my heart for King's Quest the way that I have it for Quest for Glory. And try this one. Okay, well, cool. So, so yeah, we're gonna before I get started in earnest, and I'm gonna talk about the history of point and click adventure gaming and things like that because I'm a huge nerd. Um, and I I don't joke when I say that I probably should be diagnosed as somewhere on the neurodivergent spectrum because I do. I fixate. I have all of this information just kind of locked away that comes out when I want it to. Um, and then I just like talking on the things that interest me. I will talk your ear off for hours, and I had to learn how to not do that, to not showmanship myself. Mm. We will get to Monkey Island eventually. Like that's one of the great things about doing this series is that there's so many great point and click adventures out there, and the game that actually got me on this was Gray Matter, which was a point and click adventure that came out as a not even a spiritual successor, but it was done by the same person who did the Gabriel Knight series. And I was having a lot of fun with it. And it's got its flaws, it's got its high points. Part of it is that it was an indie game done by someone who clearly wanted to do her next Gabriel Knight game, but couldn't because of rights with Activision. So, so this is Quest for Glory. This is one of the great adventure gaming studios in its heyday, in its uh, like they made five of these. They made five of these. Um, with the intention, like, we talk about the Mass Effect series having, an arc where you take your character and you import it and you import it and you import it. Well, this game was doing it back in the 90s. You started with a hero, and the idea was that you take your hero from this game and you import it into the next game and you import it into the next game and you import it into the next game, and your stats and spells and things like that would go through. The one thing you could change though from game to game as your heart's content was the class that you were playing. So I mentioned in my Discord that what I'm going to be doing here is, and, this is long-term planning because we're only going to be doing this game a few hours at a time. Is I want to do Quest for Glory 1 and 2 as a magic user because I don't think I really ever played those two games as magic users as much. Then Quest for Glory 3, I want to play as a thief because I've never played that game as a thief. Um, Quest for Glory 4, I have to play as a paladin. I have to. While I really enjoy the Thief quest in Quest for Glory 4, which was actually my entry into the Quest for Glory series, there is a paladin quest in there that my heart, I will never forgive myself um, if I don't do that quest. And I've only done it once because I only played through it as a paladin once. And then Quest for Glory 5, I only played through as a paladin. So I want to do that as a thief because I actually think the thief is probably if I were to rank, I'd have to say Paladin is really, really fun, very followed very, very closely by Thief, then Magic User, and then Fighter is at the very, very end, very, very bottom. The only reason I think you want to play as a Fighter is to become a Paladin, um, which is silly because you can also become a Paladin as a Magic User, and then you have all the benefits of being a Magic User. So we're sitting on this ridiculous screen here because of the age of the Quest for Glory series. It was actually released in the very, very late 80s, and that is the number 2 version, the EGA version. We're going to take a look at that one real quick so you can see exactly how old it is. This is your anti-piracy notice. Um, you'll need information contained. So there is a um, once again, another anti-piracy, anti-copying feature here. You need the manual. Of course, we'll be able to have that off to the side. There are plenty of places online to find that information now. It's probably even in the documentation on my drive if I really needed it. Um, I'm a little surprised that there's no music here. Uh, we're real gonna just quickly kind of show you what the EGA version of this game was like. We're gonna start a new hero. I feel like that my sound levels are probably off. Give me 1 second. I gotta minimize the DOS box to deal with sound levels. That's why I have my GOG background going. Can I get a sound check? Bump bump it a bump bump it a bump it a bump it a bump bump it a bump bump it a bump bump it a bump it a bump it a bump bump it a bump bump it a bump bump it a bump it a bump it a bump bump it a bump. I s- I love this like little 8-bit music. I think it's great. Um, so let's alt enter this back into full screen. And I side of stuff is cute. It's like, you have your little fire, you have your little fighter animation, your little magic user animation. He's got and then so I'm just gonna choose the fighter real quick. We'll call him Bim Bam. Because you do need to have some kind of thing. I'm just going to start without allocating points. As you can see here, we'll do the point allocation when I'm doing it for real. We're just going to start the game. So I just want you to kind of like take a look. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standing one is a rather ugly, playing with a yo-yo. See person smoking a pipe. Looks like he might be the sheriff. Um, so we click on that. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside the town now, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, certainly could use a hero around here. Capital H, hero. I am Sheriff Schultz Miterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. What do you call yourself? Bim Bam! Good luck on your quest, Bim Bam. All right. So one of the things to note in here in this EJ version, I mean, you can click on things, and it will react like, we're going into the inn here. Welcome, welcome, travel to the Hero's Inn. I am Shamin at your service. May you find what you seek here. I just wanted to show you these 2 screens. The point and click of this point and click is mostly just to move around the screen. If you want to actually interact with anything, you need to moon logic your way into your typing. So you say, look around. It seems like a quiet little town. It gives you the repeat. Look at Sheriff. See, tells you a little bit about Schultz. Look at Goon. Hint of ogre about this strange bulky character. He seems cheerful though. Octagoon. Only it only expresses himself physically. So that's one of the fun things about the EJ version is that sometimes you get these when it does anticipate you typing certain things, it will give you funny responses. Um, Thick nose, you don't have an appropriate tool. So that is actually one of my favorite ones because the appropriate tool is a lockpick. And if you pick your nose as a thief because you do have a lockpick, you die. You pick your brain open and it falls out, which is one of my favorite things. But we're not playing the EJ version because I am not inclined to moon logic my way into how about a slice of quiche? Um, into what it would take to fully do uh the the what is the prompt version of this game. Yes, yes, it is. It is visual text-based role playing, and yes, it does anticipate. And one of the more fun, also one of the fun things about this is we are going to be able to see some of the rather incredible Sierra death messages. They really were one of a kind back in the day, to the point where Monkey Island even makes fun. Like there's an in joke with Monkey Island because you can't actually die in the Monkey Island games. They give you a Sierra death message as a joke one time when it seems as though your character has died. Uh, can you tell once again that I've played a lot of point and click adventures? That's also one of the things I like about the Quest for Glory series is it is very earnest, but it has a little bit of a sense of humor. Uh, but now we're going to play the VGA version. Now, the VGA version only came out a couple of years. You can. Is one way. Okay. Okay, like I said, I know that there's one fake out death. I wasn't aware that there was one true way to die. Um, we're gonna do the VGA version, and the VGA version, um, okay, the software you are now using was produced through the efforts of many people, designers, artists, and programmers, musicians, and lots of other hardworking folks. If you make copies of software for any reason, then others make a personal backup, you're not only breaking the law, but raising the cost of software for all legitimate users. Please do not make illegal copies of this game. The and the same, please don't make it. You need the booklet information. And now we have beautiful entrance music. Cheers to you, Sierra. This remained the Sierra theme up until they shuttered their studio. Wanted, one hero for the village of Spielberg. Yeah, I mean, if you can, you should buy games. Of course, if there are certain games you want to play, I would never pirate a game. Pirating a game is not my style. It really isn't. Um, but you do you. uh, let's do the introduction real quick. And while we're doing that, I can talk a little bit about. Was the introduction just the introduction might just be the credits? Um, yeah, it is. Sorry, I can't escape it. It's just gonna go now. Oh, but we're gonna hear the majestic Quest for Glory theme. Yeah, so this VGA remake came out only like a few years after the original, and they only did the VGA remake for Quest for Glory 1. Um, Up until only a few years ago, only an EGA version existed for Quest for Glory 2. But, as the internet does, when they are allowed to do such things, there is a fan-made sanctioned VGA remake. And I do have my hands on that, and I have never played that, and that will also be a very exciting first playthrough for me when we are doing it, because my familiarity was doing just kind of that Moon Logic type adventure game. That's it. Yes, if there's no way, if something is abandonware, or something like that, so there are reasons I can see. But especially for if you're talking about small studios, and whatnot, never never steal from the small guys. And as you can see, they're doing the same kind of like posing that they're doing. We're gonna say start with the magic user. His tinkle fingers, tinkle fingers, tinkle fingers. His name is going to be Bim Bam. Was it Zorp Zop or Zop Zorp? I feel like they said it was gonna zop your Zorp. I'm gonna zop Zorp. He needs to have a full name. Okay, let's see. And we have our points allocation of 50 points. And it does matter. Your stats do matter. This particular point-and-click adventure does have legitimate RPG elements. So having your magic, increasing your magic. Forget. Do I just type it? Oh no, left click. Right click. Sorry. Oh, that sucks. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a little bit in stealth and pick locks. Oh no, if I do something that's not in my will set, oh, it counts for more than 5. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna bring everything up to a minimum of 20. I am gonna go ahead and give myself a little bit more luck because sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. No, I'm gonna also give myself a little bit more vitality because as you can see, vitality and strength and whatnot is what gives me my health and stamina points. And let's start. And you can see how this looks a little different from the EJA version, but still the same. It seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are 2 people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it. Why is he Russian? I feel like I should be Germaning it up. I can't hit the German for all of a sudden. My God, I did this an entire ass play. I know the graphics. Welcome to our town. You're lucky to have made you still Russian. Of course, many monsters have been trapped here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I guess we're just gonna be Russian, which is good. I'll figure out something German later. Oh, Sheriff Schulz von Meisters. This is Otto von Kuhn, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. I used up all my German in The Sound of Music. There's a sign on the door of the barbershop. It says out to lunch. Okay, so let's take a quick look. A little reminder of our point and click. So we've got the Quest for Glory 1, which, by the way, its initial game name was Hero's Quest. So you want to be a hero because much like World Wars, you don't call something number 1 until you know that there's going to be a number 2. Um, Also, I believe they ended up running into a copyright issue with the name Heroes Quest. So when they released the VGA version and all subsequent versions of the game, it was Quest for Glory, not Heroes Quest. Oh, look at him. How does Boar go? Oh, he's so good at yo-yo. But as a true point-and-click adventure, we also have a score meter. We have our walk icon, which just tells me where to go. We've got our eye icon, which allows us to look at things. I'm just looking. Schultz appears to be an affable old coot, content to smoke his pipe There's a hardiness behind his eyes, however, that gives you reason to believe that he's no pushover. There's more than a hint of ogre about this strange, bulky character. He seems cheerful, though. Town's water supply. No wonder nobody ever comes here. Sign reads Hero's Tale Inn. See a cheery, inviting glow of a hearth fire within the inn. It's an empty jail cell. Fortunately, you are on the outside at the moment. Barber shop is out to lunch. There's not much to look at over there. Not much to look at over there. We've got our hand icons where we can tap things. Unhand the sheriff! Unhand the sheriff! There's nothing to do here. That's the jail cell door. If you really want to go in, try stealing from someone and getting caught. This may not be the best way to become a hero, though. Can't do much with that. I'm actually kind of hoping that I might accidentally cause my death in the first screen. That would be incredible. That's my talk icon. So sometimes it lets me know where I can talk. This is run. This is special action, special movement. That is stealth icon, but of course you can't. I can't stealth very well. We have a rest icon. We have a. What is the time? Oh, that's right. There is time of day in these games, so I'm actually wasting a little bit of time here. That is getting out of the screen. This is, of course, learning what each of them do. So I could have just done that, but whatevs. There is a magic icon, but I cannot use magic within the town of Spielberg. This is, of course, my inventory. I have 4 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces. I have 5 food rations. I have 1 leather jerkin. And I have 1 dagger. I believe I do have a weight limit. I don't know what it is. Real quick here, of course, this lets me look at things. This lets me select them to pick up and drop. That's where I find out how much weight I am carrying. Now carrying up 24 pounds of equipment, I can carry up to 50 pounds without getting a severe backache. And this, of course, is the save. Bam bam! We are going to save very frequently in this game. There is no quick save button. This is the game that made me paranoid about saving. Let's see. Are there any? I am going to jack up the speed just a little. Nope. Nope. Yeah, cancel. Cancel. Yeah, because we wanna be moving just a little bit faster. Once again, just to kind of see the difference. I'm using the door. I can't just walk through the door. Welcome, welcome. Traveler to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin, at your service. May you find what you seek here. Let me talk to Shamin. Very good food, very good drink. Finest in town. Sit, rest, you'll be served by my Shima. Go to some other part of the room, perhaps the proprietor can tell you what's in there. The odor of cooking food wafts through the curtains. This looks like an alpine inn complete with dishes on the wall and heavy beams on the ceiling. It is pleasantly warm. The aroma of strange spices fills the air. The warmth of the fire feels good on a chilly day. The proprietor of the inn apparently thinks so too. Cats always seem to gravitate toward a warm hearth. You see a small cat-like creature known as a kata. You've heard that katas are common in the southern deserts. one of Hiram Plugmeister's double-barreled spittoons. This is an authentic Polynesian mask. It is far, far from home. This authentic Polynesian mask is far, far from home. Let's see. Ask him about a room. Very nice room, but very soft beds. Finest in town. Only 5 silvers a night. Food. Very good food. Very good drink. Finest in town. Sit, rest. Shall be served by my Shima. Merchant. My friend Abdullah is recovering from his robbery last week. He should be here around supper time. It's about the robbery. Alas, the brigands stole all of Abdullah's wealth, and mine own and my own when they robbed his caravan. Now I will be forced to stay in this cold wetlands. Brigands. I know little about them except they must be wealthy by now. See, I've done something to get another point. Well, I hope to return to my homeland with the profits Abdullah, Shima, and I would make from the caravan. Now I fear we will remain here unless someone deals with the brigands and returns our stolen trade items. Shapir. A land of golden sands and tall mountains, a city of tall buildings and winding streets, a place where Kata can bask in the sun as they sell things in the bazaar. It is our homeland and a place where we long to be. In my homeland, the caravan is the only way to travel from city to city. Something else. Name. I am Shami, a poor and fortunate forced to seek fortune in this cold land far away from my homeland and my Kata people. Homeland. We live far to the south in the desert lands of Shapir. Someday we may return there. Kata. We are a race of desert dwellers and wanderers of the endless sands. Shapir. We've already talked about Shapir. Something else. Spielberg is a sad place for an innkeeper, for few travel visit because of the brigands. Spielberg. This is a cold land for a kata. Sheriff. He comes in with his wife sometimes for food. He is very wise and generous. Otto. There is no end to the food that one can eat. In. This is the hero's tale inn, where Shima and I will be delighted to serve you. The softest and safest beds, the richest and finest of food to which you have but to command. Shima. Shima is my beloved, and she can cook and keep an inn as few others. When she dances, there is true magic. If we ever return to Shapir, then she will dance again. Something else? Enough already. All right. So I don't think we need to do anything in the Hero's Tale Inn right now. We're going to go into this, which I believe is the magic shop. Yep. I am Zara, and this is my companion, Damineo. The items in the shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. Zara. I am both human and fairy folk. I draw my power from both. My name is Zara. This is my shop. Okay, fairy. We are the people of power and magic, and live in the forest and beyond the mountains to the west. Power. Power is the essence of magic, that which the wizard shapes and is shaped by. Damino. Damien. That's what I'm calling him Damino. I'm not doing this again. Damino is both my familiar and my friend. We share our lives and our magic. Familiar. Familiar is a creature of magical abilities which has been summoned to serve the wizard. The summoning of a familiar is a most powerful spell and can only be cast but once. It binds the wizard and the familiar to their ends of their lives. The more powerful the wizard, the more powerful the familiar, although you cannot always judge power by a familiar shape. Magic. If you have the skill of magic, you can learn the way to cast spells by reading magical scrolls. Without the skill, you have no power. The more you practice spell casting, the greater you shall become. Initiation. When you have mastered 9 spells, and have the power to cast on, proven yourself worthy of accomplishing a great deed, then you must undergo the initiation to become a full wizard. There is a place in the distant south where you must journey, but first you must become a hero here. Wizard! A wizard is one who shapes both magic and... we talked about that. Erasmus. Erasmus is a wizard and spellcaster who knows much about this area. He lives in the tower northeast of the town at the top of a steep mountain called Zoberberg. He can be very helpful if approached properly. He has a strange sense of humor. Power Potion. The Power Potion restores your magical energy and costs 75 silver. Journey. There are many entrances to the halls of magic mystery in the south. After you have gained the skill and good reputation in magic, you should journey to the south. If you are indeed worthy of being a wizard, you will find a way to those halls. Hero. Master the arts arcane. Use the skills to vanquish the evil curse, and you will become a true hero. Curse, you say? We are... something else. Spielberg. There is much magic in this world for those who know how to use it. There's magic in this little town, and a good deal of magic in this valley. Town. There is an aura protecting this town from danger. Within most of its walls, there can be no active violence or cruel magic. Even so, it is prudent to avoid dark places. Aura. An aura is a spell of protection surrounding something. The town is still protected by the aura cast by the great spellcaster Irana. Irana was a powerful spellcaster who lived long ago. She brought peace to this valley. Even now, her spell protects this town from violence or foul magic. Her final resting place is due north of the town, and is a place of both safety and healing. It is known as Irana's Peace. There is much power in the valley, and it attracts those who use magic. I am here. Erasmus has his house on Zauberberg, and even Baba Yaga has her hut cooped up somewhere around here. Baba Yaga? She is a powerful and wicked hag. You would be wise to avoid her. She cursed the Baron von Spielberg when he tried to drive her away. Hut. Baba Yaga's hut is magical. It stands on chicken legs, and you must know the rhyme to enter. Rhyme? I have no interest in entering Baba Yaga's hut, and therefore do not know the rhyme. Fine. Curse. This is Baba Yaga's curse, cast upon the Baron years ago. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this curse I now demand. What I will shall come full measure, so ye shall lose all that ye treasure. There's always a way to break a curse. Possibly Erasmus knows more about this. Curse. Erasmus makes a point of studying the effects of magic upon mortals. There is little about magic in this area that Erasmus does not know. Okay, so was the thing. Baron. He was once a great leader of this land until he was foolish enough to anger Baba Yaga. Something else? Something else? Magic shop? What I sell here are merely tools to help those who have power. You may purchase restorative spells and scrolls from which you may learn spells if you have the potential. Potential. A true magic user has the innate affinity for magic. There is also the ability to store power, which ordinary mortals do not have. Spells! We sell several magical spells on study scrolls. You may purchase Fire Dot for 60 silver, Fetch for 40 silver, or the Open spell for 30 silver. I also know you can find a spell if you learn the secret of Arana's Peace. Fire Dot. That is the spell that lets you cast a magical flame upon your enemy. The spell scroll will cost you 60 silver. Fetch. The Fetch spell allows you to lift or lower a lightweight object from a distance. The spell scroll will cost you 40 silver. Open. Simple spell that allows you to first unfasten simple locks and knots. As you gain in skill, you can even open a door with it. The spell scroll will cost you 30 silver. Zap! That is the spell that lets you place magical enemy on a weapon. The energy will be released as a magical damage when you hit your enemy. Scrolls! The scrolls we saw are magical, and you have but read the spell and you will learn it. Uranus Peace. To the north of the town, surrounded by the mountains, there is an alpine valley that is rumored to be the final resting place for Irana. Though no one is certain what happened to her, it is certainly a magical place of safety. There is also supposedly a gift there for magic users who are clever enough to find it. Something else. Something else. Potions! Potions for healing, vigor, and power for purchase in our shop. Power potion. The power potion restores your magical energy and costs 75 silver. Healing. The healing potion will cost you 50 silver and is made by the best healer outside of town. Vigor. The vigor potions restore your stamina after you have exerted yourself. They cost 75 silver each. Ooh, I forgot about the vigor stat. All right, so can I talk to the familiar? I'm not familiar with you to want to chat. Oh, I'm gonna save because I'm not sure how to bim bam 2 since she didn't actually give me an option to buy anything. It's a good thing you can't get to this close as are with her electrifying personality results could be shocking. Nope. Someone is watching you. This floor has an oily, glassy feel to it. Can't do much with that. None of these scrolls is even a language. How do I buy something? Oh, I know how I buy something. I'm very silly. How much money do I have? 4 gold pieces. I feel like that's not a lot of money, but I'm gonna grab the open spell. How much do I have left? I have 1 gold piece and 10 silver pieces. Okay, so each gold piece is worth whew, 10 silver pieces. So I just spent a lot of my money. It's cool though. It's so cool. Torchbearer! D&D math! uh, Thank you for the resub. Cheers to you. Are you working or are you able to? Oh, it's Friday Beard Stream! Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like you weren't here when I like was losing my absolute shit because I'm streaming on YouTube right now too. Like I got my multi-stream working, so I have no idea if anyone is going to find me there. I don't have to re-upload the stream. It's just going to be there. It's going to be there when I'm done. It's crazy. But yeah, yeah, it's multi-stream. Let's go! Oh my gosh. You sub to your heart content. Sipping streams. You know what? Fridays really should be sipping streams. It should be point and click and sip and stream. Man, that sounds like it could be vaguely dirty. Point and click, sip and stream. She has not noticed my presence, so let's see what happens if I go up to this door. Door appears to be locked, and there's no answer to your knock. Uh, she's sleeping quite presently and doesn't notice my presence. Should I shake her? Oh, she's so sleepy. Yes, this is old school. Like this is you missed my history lesson at the beginning of this, but yes, this is a point and click so old that there was a version of it, and this is the remake of it. But in addition, so this one of the fun things about this is that it's not just old school point and click. It's old school point and click mashed with an RPG. Like I have stats. Can I go in the guild hall yet? You enter the Adventurers Guild Hall. The Adventurers Guild! The Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. There are traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, saurus, troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar. It is a cheetar. It's not cheater. Not cheetah. Not a cheetah. Cheetar. And the terrible Antwerp adorn the wall. You see a registration book on the table and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated at the window must be the guildmaster. He is snoring. Do, 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 do. Bam Bam 3. I am going to get a job. Let's take a quick look around the room. Even in death, the monster remains awesome. The plaque reads, Dragon slain by Baron Stefan von Spielberg. This is certainly a weird one. You've never seen anything like it. The plaque reads, Antwerp, slain by 2 guys from Andromeda. The head is like a panther with a strong human-like quality. It is still rather frightening. The plaque reads, Cheetar, slain by Wolfgang Abentar. Mass Effect Cross episode. Did you go back? You can. I was talking. This game allows you to import your character from game to game to game. There are 5 games, and you can take the same character through every single game. So yes, there are Mass Effect vibes in this. Mass Effect because of Andromeda. Okay, you just happened to mention Mass Effect, and like I mentioned that earlier when I was talking about the game, is that this is a single character that you build up and you can import from game to game to game to game. I can take Bim Bam Zop Zorp. That's his name, Bim Bam Zop Zorp. I'm going to take him from Quest for Glory 1, and God willing, he's going to make it to the end of Quest for Glory 5. He'll be the greatest hero of all time. This looks like might have been a particularly nasty troll. You want to meet him in a dark forest. Blackreed's troll slain by Wolfgang Aventar. This crossbreed of an eagle and a lion could have been torn a man apart when it was alive. Blackreed's griffin slain by Wolfgang Aventar. Moose! Blackreed under Moose Reed says courtesy of the Sierra Online Prop Department. You never saw a purple saurus before you came to Spielberg, but it looks like a really stupid monster. Plaque reads, Saurus slain by Hans Hofwitten. The tapestry is so rotten it would probably fall apart at the slightest touch. Well, I am going to go I'm going to go put my name in the Register of Adventurers. You sign your name into the Adventurer's Logbook with a flourish, and there's my points. Who are the adventurers? Oh, I got more points for reading it. The writing on this page is very recent. It says, I, Bim Bam Zopzorp, have come to Spielberg to become a hero. Are there any other things? This entry was made several years ago. It says, Baron Barnard von Spielberg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of October. Today is a good Friday to become a hero indeed. Oh, I see what you did there. The other pages record the exploit of the great adventures of Spielberg's past. The names Wolfgang Abentar and Baron Stefan von Spielberg appear most often. Reward for return of lost ring, inquire at healers. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description: short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. The habit of laughing continuously. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. This poster is rather dusty and faded. Picture is of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. Notice, spell components needed. Cash or trade for potions. Inquire at healers. Wanted, brigand leader. Description: unknown appearance, wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and title of the hero of the realm. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. Now this poster seems to have been here for a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Barnard von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle gates. All right. It's a past adventure's armor suit. You wonder why he doesn't need any more. And then you see the cheetah claw mark. Right? Let's talk to this guy. It looks like the old guildmaster doesn't do much adventuring anymore. Still, he looks like he was plenty tough in his day and probably has many a story to tell. The guildmaster appears hard of hearing. Perhaps you should get closer. Ah, I was so busy I didn't notice you come in. Welcome, welcome. He started with an ox, so I guess we're gonna be Scottish now. So seldom that we have we have new adventurers here. Most people think this valley is cursed. That was just yesterday that I drew my sword and started a... No, it was not the day before. No, then last week. Wait, what was I talking about? It's about the guild hall. This is where an adventurer can find out I'm going to go back and forth between Scottish and Irish. I apologize, everyone. An adventurer can find out who needs someone brave and courageous. There are going to be many jobs on the bulletin board over there. It's also a good place to talk about adventures on a cold afternoon. We used to play cards here once a week as well, but there are too few adventurers in Spielberg anymore. They all died from monsters or brigands, or they just got too old. You can see some of the types of monsters that we have around here if you look at our walls. There are trolls, griffins, cheetahs, manta rays, and goblins wander in the woods. I hear there are even some ogres and Saurus Rexes back in the valley. There was a time when Schultz and I had gotten rid of most of the monsters around here. Well, we're just too old for that now. Troll. Trolls are very tough. Fortunately, they only come out at night. The woods are very dangerous at night. Saurus. The Saurus is a monster easy to avoid and easy to kill for skilled adventurers. Right? Ogres are a lot like goons, but even meaner. Not as bright though. Yeah. For some reason, though, I seem to have lost my German accent, and as I said to Harper, this is very disconcerting because I had it for the entire time I was Frau Schmidt in Sound of Music. I don't know where it went. Goblins are not tough. When they gang up on you, they can take out an unwary adventurer. Cheetahs are ferocious creatures that charge out of nowhere and try to tear you to shreds. Sometimes they succeed. You can see a lot of very early tropes in this, for sure. Manta rays, these weird things are magical. They're best to be avoided. Saurus Rex. Don't mistake these things for a Saurus. They come at you. It's sometimes best just to run away. Talk about something else. Bulletin board. Over the wall there is where the jobs are posted for adventurers. Some have been there for a long time now. There aren't too many good adventurers around here lately. Reward. You need to talk to either the Baron or the healer about that. Healer. That house is just north of the town gate. She's a nice woman. Castle. The castle's just north of the healer's house. Something else. Trophies. So also I killed most of the monsters on the wall. Tell me about the dragon. One day, 10 years ago, a pair of dragons tried to take over our valley. We adventurers rode out to meet them. I can still see Stefan von Spielberg charging forward on his black horse. He slew that dragon whose head you see on the wall. The other one flew off. I hear people see the other dragon flying high overhead sometimes, but has never dared attack again. Tell me about the Antwerp. This valley was overrun by those monsters one year. Schultz and I fought long and hard to rid the valley of the things. We might have failed, even so, had it not been for those two peculiar tourists who came to our aid. Tourists? They said they came from some place called Andromeda. Must be someplace south of here. I guess they are certainly odd. That is, of course, a reference to another Sierra game. I don't recall which one. Moose. That was the most vicious moose I ever saw. Nearly bit my nose off. Maybe. I don't know. Growl. I remember the day I killed one. It was the biggest I'd ever seen. I put up a tough fight, but I was tougher. You can see the results on the wall. Cheetar. Watch out for cheetars. I bear the scars of my fight with the one on the wall to this day. Still, it is stuffed, and I'm alive. Saurus! I remember when Hans killed the one there. It was a tough fight for him. Tell me about Hans Half-Witten. I wasn't much of an adventurer, but he did manage to kill a Saurus before he made the mistake of tangling with a troll. Poor Hans Half-Witten. Hans Half-Witten, I should say. Was that all about the guild hall? Yeah. Ooh, okay. What's your name, man? I'm Wolfgang Abenteurer, the guild master of this hall. So yeah, he probably should be German too, but he's not now. Guild master. I'm supposed to keep track of all the adventurers that make their way and make sure they sign their name in the log. There's a time when I would go out and rescue foolhardy adventurers who got into too much trouble, but I don't get out much now. Curse. Yeah. Yeah. It's about him losing his son. There we go. I've got it now for the sheriff. Losing his son and his daughter. Baba Yaga, all those monsters, and now the brigands. It's been one thing after another. Coming out the Baron. Baron von Spielberg was once the brave protector of our valley. We used to adventure together when I was younger. No brigand or monster would dare show his face here if the Baron had not angered Baba Yaga. Not instead he goes nowhere and sees no one. The Baron's son. Now there was a hero, worthy of the name Bernard von Spielberg. He rode off to hunt one morning 5 years ago, and his horse returned with large claw marks on it. No such Bernard's body was ever found. Baron's daughter. Ilse was a beautiful 8-year-old child with blonde hair and sky blue eyes. It was her father and the Baron's joy. 10 years ago, she was carried off by something which flew over the wall, and away with it. The search for her lasted many years, but at last everyone gave up with the exception of the Baron's jester, Yorick. Yorick was a funny little man, brave. He swore he would spend his life searching for Baron's Elsa. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. He was a douche. Baba Yaga. She is the center of our problem, I think. Baba Yaga is a powerful ogre. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her to leave the valley, but she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he'll keep that. What our valley needs is a hero. Hero. A real hero is someone who didn't start out strong or powerful, but uses his courage and brains and skills to become the best he can be. Brigands. There's a reward for anyone who can stop the brigands by capturing or killing the leader of the brigands. You should read the bulletin board for more information. I did that. Tell me about Spielberg. Spielberg town is small now that most of the people have been driven off by the brigands. It's such a pretty place too, with mountains, forests, waterfalls. Tell me about the mountains. The mountains surrounding this valley are very tough. Snow covers the tops all year long. The only way out to Spielberg is through the pass. The way here is blocked by the snow again. The forests are full of monsters and strange creatures. There are some nice waterfalls. To the south of the town, they fill Muir Lake, which is lovely, but icy cold all year round. Waterfalls. There are some nice waterfalls to the southeast of the town. They fill Muir Lake, which is lovely, but icy cold all year round. Tell me about the town. This town used to be a thriving city before the brigands drove off most of the people. I did that in a weird dyslexic way. Tell me about the magic shop. I don't know much about magic, but the woman who runs the place scares me. I mean, Zara's a lot. Casper at the store would like to be an adventurer, so he says. He spends too much time dreaming and not enough time doing, I think. Tavern. I never liked that place. The bartender smiles all the time, but he's not very friendly. Thrasher lives up to his name. He's nasty even for a goon. Goon! Goon's a lot like an older than his okay. I think I read that one before. Bakery. I think the bakery is always closed now. The baker tries to stay away from his wife. Butcher! don't think the butcher shop is open much anymore either. I said, yeah, this is a lot. This is a pretty big info dump. Farmer's market. The farmer's market is run by the centaur Heinrich Perferdin and his daughter Hilde. Centaur. Not too many centaurs in the land. Heinrich and Hilde are good people. To whom are you trying to speak? This guy. Something else. Who's Schultz? Tell me about Schultz Meisterson. Schultz Meisterson and I have been friends for a long time. He too was once a real adventurer. Now he's just the sheriff of the town. Tell me about Otto. I like Otto, even if he's a goon. Schultz has him almost trained. Alright. I think we've been exposition dumped enough. Let us leave the adventurers hall. He immediately went back to sleep. Alright. Let's go to this side of the town. So I'm gonna go ahead and explore the entire town. Because once you leave, there's combat. You can smell the apples as soon as you approach this corner. Good day. Good day, and welcome to Spielberg. Would you like to buy some of my nice fresh fruits and vegetables? Yeah, I would. Center lady. Cute. I don't even know what I'd do with it. See a charming young centaur with an upper torso of a teenager and the body of a filly. Oh, teenager. That's gross. All right. Oh yes, the goddamn dog. I cheers to you then, young man. That is not an easy fight. I know you missed 17 points. You missed the entire backstory of the town. Let's talk to this lovely lady. I'm Hildy, the daughter of Heinrich Perferdin, the farmer. Once again, I don't know where these accents are coming from. Father is a fine farmer. There we go. My father is a fine farmer. My father is Heinrich Perferdin. Okay. Come. We have some land to the north of the town. It isn't very big, but we grow many things. You should be here during harvest time. Then you would see many fruits and vegetables. I don't even know what accent is coming out right now. Nope. There's the just the Adventurers Club, Adventurers Guild. Oh, I miss the Adventurers Club. My mother has been dead for 3 years now. I still miss her. I asked her for a date. Thank you, but my father thinks I am too young. He would not permit it. But perhaps next year. I don't know. Maybe my young hero is also a teenager. Market. This is where I still sell things from my father's farm. Vegetables. We have many kinds of vegetables for sale today. There are carrots, rutabagas, parsnips, and potatoes, right from the ground at 5 for silver. They are very good for you. We also have some apples. Tell me about them apples. There are still some apples left from last season in a barrel. You may buy 10 for a silver since they are so small. These will give me health back. It is good to have them. Carrots are my favorite vegetable. They are so crisp and sweet. Rutabagas. Rutabagas keep well over the winter months. Parsnips. Parsnips can be made into a tasty pie. Turnips. Turnips are good if you cook them in a stew. Brigands. They have twice robbed my father of his money, and they have tried to steal our food during this winter. That is because we farm outside of town. The brigands would not dare that in the town. The sheriff would stop them fast. Robbery. Many robbers ran to father as he trotted back to town. My father tried to fight, but they hurt him badly. They ran to the southwest. Sheriff. Sheriff is very brave. He told me so himself. Something else. Enough already. Right, let's see. Since you very carefully select 10 of the best apples from barrel and pay Hilda a silver piece. I'm going to buy vegetables. Bring out the freshest looking vegetables you can find and pay the lady a silver piece. Okay, so let me see here. I've got 10 small apples. I've got 5 vegetables. I have 1 gold and 8 silver pieces. I've got 29 pounds of equipment. And I can carry up to 50. Okay. Yeah, we got weight limits, guys. It's clearly a Centaurian accent. So what are we drinking this evening if we are enjoying for sip and stream? Here, let's go to the dry goods store. No, I forgot. I need to. This looks like a dry goods store, but smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crisp day. Behind the counter on the shelves, there are a variety of items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you come in. That's his voice. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. Just thinking about those Friday beers. Come on. I do try to stock some things an adventurer can use. Usually would rather be an adventurer than a shopkeep, you see? My items are pretty ordinary, though. Probably already have most of them if you've done any adventuring at all. What's your name? Why, that's me. I'm Casper. Adventurer. I always wanted to be an adventurer. I read about them all the time. Read about them all the time. The book was I was just reading was about adventuring. The book. Oh, this book? It's about an adventurer who's trying to become a hero. The title is Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death. Thanks. Equipment. Unfortunately, I only have standard weapons and equipment. I carry daggers and chain armor. Maybe someday I'll be able to carry magic ones, though. Dagger? Ah, the use of a dagger is most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silver. Chain armor. You really get good protection from this chain mail armor. It's very heavy, though. I would have to charge you 500 silver for it. Food. Adventuring rations aren't the tastiest food in the world, but they will keep you healthy and alert as you go around. A pack of 10 rations will cost you just 5 silver. Flask. It's a good idea to carry an empty flask or two in case you want to pick up a liquid or something that needs a container. Our flasks are a great bargain at 2 silvers each. Something else. Brigands. I don't like to talk about other people's backs. Sheriff. The sheriff and Otto will protect this town. The sheriff used to be a real adventurer, you know? Hilda. Hilda sells fine produce for a reasonable price. I'm gonna grab one of those flasks. Here you are, and thank you for your patronage. What's this? That door is bolted. So there are going to be legitimately locked doors in the town because if I had chosen to be the thief, I was going to need places to break into. Let's see. The shop seems to be closed, though there are some dried up cupcakes in the window. There's a sign on the door which says "Gone Fishing." The shop seems to be closed. There's a sign on the door which says "Gone Fishing." This would have been the butcher shop. That would have been the baker's. There's the tavern. If I recall correctly, going into the tavern can be dangerous. Bim Bam 5. Guess there is no quick save, everyone. I'm sorry. The grimy window lets in a little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, 2 gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome. This area is, I remember from forever ago, very important to the Thieves Guild. As the only shady area in town, you can probably guess that is yeah, where you this is where you get into that Thieves Guild. So this is the barber's gone to lunch. That guy has had so much to drink he looks embalmed. The butcher is wearing a blood-stained apron. He seems to be deeply involved in this game. The baker seems to be deeply involved in the game. They seem to be using old maid cards, but it looks like these guys aren't playing with a full deck. The bartender looks tough from his screw cut to his boots. The only thing soft about him was his tattoo, which says Mama. Not a pleasant sight. There seems to be something slimy spilled on the stool, and it's eating the wood. Do you think that perhaps you should sit the next stool over? This goon looks really tough and really mean. He's not someone you'd want to fight. Ask him about Crusher. The goon seems to be ignoring you. You seem to have annoyed him. Crusher bares his teeth at you. Either you're in big trouble now, or it's just his way of smiling. Aww, Crusher didn't like me. I'm just trying to make conversation, Crusher. Can I go back in? Fine, I won't talk to you, Crusher. I was just trying to be friends. Bartender's ignoring you. Maybe you should sit down first. What do you want? Oh my gosh, he looks terrifying. What's your name? It's a bar. I serve drinks. You want to order one? Order one. You want to ask stupid questions? Get out. I want to ask stupid questions, so I'm gonna get out. There was something on the floor. I just realized that there was a thing on the floor. Pick up the note. Smell the paper and read. B. He's starting to get suspicious. Hold off on our meetings for a bit, but I'll keep you posted by these notes. B. Butcher and baker. Butcher shop. There's not a whole lot of meat in town for me to butcher these days. Now, if someone would just bring down the stag in the forest. Got any 46s? Cards. You guys been very good to me. Go fish. Name? I'm Butch Beefmeister, the butcher. Wow, what a name. Got any 90s? Fish. There's a river to the south by the Flying Falls, which has some good-sized trout. Go fish. Talk to the bakery. Baker. I haven't been able to get any supplies since the brigands closed off the area. The bakery will open some as soon as I have some. Got any 872s? Cards. The butcher's been getting all the good cards. Go fish. I'm Silas Sourdough, the baker. Got any 913s? Mirror Lake to the south is huge fish, but it's pretty dangerous. Go fish. The drinking barber at the end of the bar isn't in any shape to talk, at least not coherently. Got any 552s? Scrubby place must be an alley. It feels strange or colder than the rest of town. There's some barrels discarded here. A beggar holds out a bowl towards you. It's really poor. I'm too poor to give alms. I'll do that later. So it is possible to point of no return this game. Sunset approaches on day one. So yeah, since I've been screwing around in town, it is not a good idea for me to run around outside town. If the sheriff and Otto are gone, that means that we have entered evening time. Up and there's Abdullah. You take a seat at the table nearest to the fire. Oh, it is indeed a sad and dangerous time we live in when a man who struggles daily to keep from starving should be robbed of all of his earthly possessions. I am Shima. Allow me to serve you, wanderer from afar. Do you wish food or drink? I didn't get a chance to talk to her before. You have but to give Shamin 5 silvers, and you shall have a bed to dream upon. We have some very good stew of newborn lamb, along with honey chicken for a mere 3 silvers. Coffee is included in the price of the meal. Drink. We have rich black coffee, freshly ground and brewed as only my people can do. Such coffee will bring you to your full alertness. It is but a silver. Questions. It is Shamin, who is the speaker for the house, for I have much work to do and to serve you. If you wish to know about such things, you should speak to him. Name. I am Shima, which means, in the words of the kata, she who dance. Homeland. Our homeland is far to the south. It is called Shapir. Shapir. Shapir is where we kata come from. It is always warm and glowing in the sun, always bright. And it's the setting of Quest for Glory too. Kata. Kata is a quiet, gentle people. Dance. It is true that I love to dance, but my soul cannot fly so far from home. Merchant. Abdullah will always be our guest and friend. Abdullah too is from the land of Shapir. Robbery. Abdullah shall be honored to tell you that. Samin. He is my soulmate. I've spent a lot of my money already, and I think I'm going to have to use it to get room and board. I don't necessarily need food right now. Spells don't seem to work here. Talk to the Rabbi. 2 weeks ago, I was planning I was going to be wealthy beyond what you could dream of. I, Abdullah Du, would be the first merchant into this valley in this year. My life was shattered by the brigands. Well, no, that would never work. The table is too bored and loggy to respond. Planks anyway, you tell it. Brigands. The band of brigands ambushed us just as we crossed into the pass into the valley. There were about 12 brigands, including a huge minotaur. There was also a leader, some sort of wizard. He first used some sort of magic which blinded us. Then they overwhelmed my 6 guards and my assistants. All my trade goods were taken before me. I am now but a beggar, living off the generosity of my friends. Magic. The wizard threw something that caused my eyes to be blinded with tears and my nose to be forced to sneeze. I was helpless. Minotaur. The Minotaur is a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man. They are said to be very strong. Leader. I could not see. The leader was wearing a cloak, so I could not see his face. His voice was rather high pitched, though. Wizard. The wizard was very short, and he giggled most of the time. I could not understand what he was saying. Guards. Here I pay good money for men to protect me, and what do they do when I need protection? They run away. One man died to defend my treasure. You just cannot hire good guards anymore. Well, I had treasures carefully brought from Shapir with me. I even had a magic carpet with me. Name. I am Abdullah, son of Ali, grandson of Hassan, and former master merchant of Shapir. Now I am but a penniless burden upon my friends. Uh, we talked about the robbery. Back out. Name. Oh, friends. Even they, too, lost a fortune when the brigands stole from me. Shamin and Shima are caring for this frail shadow of a great man. Tell me about Shima. She is the finest of cooks, outside myself, that is, but her fine food is as dust in my mouth, for I am but a beggar. Shamin, he is a very prince of katas. Shapir, Ah, Shapir, beautiful land of golden sands and shining sun, the heart of civilization. Alas, she is plagued with fierce jinn and ifrit who seek to drive all men and cattle from the land. I can speak no more of my homeland. I shall never see again. Instead, I will die in this cold forsaken land, bereft of all I love. Merchant. I trade the treasure of one land for that of another. The brigands have stolen every treasure I had, and I'm a merchant no more. Uh, I'm going to buy a night's rest for 5 silver, and then I'm going to have to go hunting tomorrow. May you dream of all the rewards you deserve. You thank Shamin and pay him 5 silvers for the room. The sleep heals and refreshes you. All right. Now it is time to brave the areas outside Spielberg. I am going to keep my dagger handy. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than the cold. You are reliant on your own now in this very dangerous place. The bright smell of fresh herbs mingles with the aroma of wood smoke as you come up to a hut by the side of the road. The small creature looks more like a flying lizard than a bird. It's got something in the nest. Oh! I need the fresh spell more than the open because I can't climb. I have no climbing ability. It takes a lot of skill and practice to climb this tree. And I don't have the vitality. I forget, how do I look at my stats? Like, how do I know I'm getting tired? I don't know. I'm gonna knock. You politely knock on the door. After a moment, you hear an inside bolt slide open. A voice from inside says, "Come on in." The fragrance of herbs mingle with some rather unpleasant odors as you step inside the healer's house. Lovely day, isn't it? Oh, you look very healthy for an adventurer. You must be new. We're just going on a tour of Europe, everyone. What can I do for you? I can sell you healing potions if you like. I also buy spell components if you're interested in gathering some for me. Don't mind me. I always have so much to do around here. Let's chat. Spot healer. Well, my name's Amelia Appleberry, but mostly I'm just known as the healer. I'll be very happy to sell you some potions. I'm here with my pet, Terry. Pet? Oh, that's my pet, Terry. He's a petrosaur. Pterosaur has a girlfriend, Teresa, in a nest in the oak outside my door. Terry keeps me company and listens while I chat about work. It's a pterosaur. They're a species of flying lizard, and I understand they can grow quite large in the south. Ring. My ring is shaped in gold like a braid of the herb's atlas with entwined leaves. I don't know how I lost it. How do you ever take it off? Reward. I will give 6 gold to the person who returns my ring. It was a gift when I graduated from the College of Healing. Something else? Potions. I make potions and sell healing potion, power potion, vigor potion, and undead unguent. Healing potion. This potion is used to heal damage to keep wounds from getting worse. It's got pretty dangerous around here, and a healing potion can be quite useful in a serious situation. Vigor potion. Vigor potion is used to revitalize yourself after vigorous exercise. Helps restore stamina. Stamina. Stamina is a measure of the energy your body uses as you work or play. Power potion. Power potion restore energy needed to cast spells. Undead unguent. Undead unguent is used to drive off minor undead zombies or floating spirits. It doesn't last long, which is where use it near where you need to go to encounter such things. Whatever I was trying to say. Zombies. Not too many zombies in the land. Too damp, I suppose. There's some floating spirits there, bird. Floating spirits. Floating spirits are ghosts which usually hang around the graveyard at night. They are dangerous. Don't go near them unless you use undead unguent first. Magic. I have skills to use magic to create potions. I'm a bit proud about it. Not everyone can do that, you know? Something else. Spell components. I always need ingredients for making spells. Right now, I need some Erroneous flowers, magic mushrooms, troll spear, and let me think. Oh yeah, cheetah claws. Cheetah claws. Happy to pay you if you bring me some. Also buy back any empty flasks you have so I can recycle them. Waste not, want not, after all. Trollbeard. Trolls around here are tough monsters, so they can't stand the light of day, so only found at night or in caves. Very difficult to kill, but I'll pay 2 healing potions for the beard of a troll. Flowers. I use flowers from Iran's peace to the north in nearly all my potions. They have some magic of the place even when they're dried. I pay 5 silvers for a flask full of flowers. Iran's peace. Almost due north here, there's a meadow called Iran's peace. It's a very magical area, and I understand it's a place for safety. It's beautiful all year, and used for flowers that are always in bloom. It's also somewhere where I can sleep at nighttime without having to pay. Something to remember. See, the 90s are coming back to me. The cheetah looks like a cross between a panther and a man. It's vicious though. So unless you're a very tough fighter, then you'd best try to get away from it. If you manage to kill it, then I'll pay you 5 silvers for each claw. Flasks. I'll pay 1 silver for each empty flask you bring me, so we can use them for more potions. So that's why the guy in town uses 2, though of course I needed a flask. Pick up flowers, I guess. Mandrake root. Mandrake is used in a variety of spells, most for evil purposes. Mandrake must be pulled from a dead man's grave at midnight. The root is particularly powerful. Castle. You can see the Spielberg Castle right outside my yard here. The Baron lives there with only his guards for company, so I take it. Baron. Poor man, he hasn't been the same since his son and daughter were taken from him. He was just a young, dashing man when he last rode off. He never returned. Daughter. Dear child, I can still picture her with her beautiful blonde hair done up in braids. She was so sweet. Hard to believe she's gone. Something else. Brigands. Those brutes. Always happen to heal someone they've beaten up and robbed. Let's see. Wingley's like the one you saw outside. She's a rather motherly-looking woman with a look of vagueness that belies her shrewdness. She wears an apron over her dress and a scarf wrapped around her head. Alright. Hey, by the way, if you happen to find a ring on your adventures, it lost my favorite gold ring. Give a reward to the one who returns it. It's up there. I know it's up there. I need to get a fetch spell. And I got the open spell first, like a silly. Sensor stops raking as you approach. This is Hildy's dad. Name! I'm Heinrich Pfefferton. I live in the town with my daughter Hildy, who sells produce on Market Street. Hildy. Hildy's bright little filly. I'm very proud of her. Farmer's Market. My son is the northeast of Spielberg. The produce is not the finest this time of year, but you will not find a better than Pfefferton fruit come harvest time. Am I eating these over time? No, okay. I wasn't sure like if there is a hunger mechanic at all in this game. Harvest. We will find fruit in our little orchard and sell at our stand in town. Here we will find fresh cherries in the spring, peaches in the summer, and apples in the fall. It is truly a sight to see. Farm. I can grow enough on this little plot to feed my family and the entire village. You should see this field during the summer. Vegetables. There are a few carrots, potatoes left from last season, but I'm just starting to plant the crops now. In a couple of months, I'll have some cherries. The apples won't ripen until fall. There is much work for me to do now, and I bid you a good day. Brigands. Ah, the brigands attacked me a few months ago. I am a strong fighter, and my hooves are deadly, but there were too many of them. My right leg was broken, and there is no pride in a centaur who cannot run. If it had not been the unlikely intervention of their leader, I would be dead. The leader? The leader came up after the brigands attacked me and forced them to stop and ordered them to not hurt people from the town. Then, to my amazement, the leader gave me a healing potion and had me carried to the healer's house. It was hard to judge the leader, whose face was obscured by a large helm. But there was compassion, unlike what one expects from a brigand. Healer. Here lives just east of here. She is very skilled with potions. Something else. Centaurs. We centaurs are an ancient and proud people. Baron. So I know little about the Baron and his family. Enough already. Good day, sir. I'm going to go look for some flowers. Right. Ah, it's a brigand. I wasn't quite ready to deal with a fight yet. The meadow lies covered with a blanket of flowers, unusual for this early in the spring. It is warm, even though surrounded by the late snows of winter. A large carved stone lies flat on the ground. You feel as though someone gentle was watching over you. You feel you are safe here. So this is Irana's Peace. The air has a fresh, clean scent of the mountains, acclimated by the numerous perfume-like fragrances. I can eat a fruit. Sweet, juicy fruit of the tree is amazingly satisfying and refreshing. I can pick some flowers. You pick a variety of sweet-smelling flowers, and they seem to glow in your hand. You put them safely away. Okay, so I don't actually have to put them in a vial. I did remember this. Okay, so I do have the zap spell. I knew that there was a spell for free in here, so that's why I picked up the open first, because it was 2 spells for the price of 1. Spell vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now know the calm spell. I couldn't remember what spell it was, but I knew that it was a spell. You take another handful of the lovely fragrant flowers. I'm also going to cast Zap in case I run into any baddies on my way back. I really should save. Ah. Ah, why am I not able to... Oh. It has been forever since I did this. Ha-ha! I defeated it. Search my opponent. What a waste! No treasure. Okay, so my stamina and whatnot pops up when I am fighting. That is good to know. Did I go too far south? I went too far south. I want to go this way. Oh no! I might die here. Oh no, I died from overwork! It's a little too much. You collapse from exhaustion and die. Like I said, oh no, was this the last place I saved? Ah! All right, guys, we're gonna do this next part real quick. We're gonna speed it. As I mentioned, Sierra games are the reason I became paranoid about saving games. But also, I need to go and talk through all of those things again because there are probably points and things that I needed to get. So blah 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 blah. So how's everyone else's Friday going? Ah, I should have known. I even said, God, I should save. No, but it's something else. Talking about the ring. Talking about the ring. Tell me about the reward. That's right. You're gonna give me 6 gold. Something else. Tell me about potions. Tell me about your healing potion. Tell me about your bigger potion. Tell me about stamina. So yes, I guess you die if you swing your sword too much in this game. That's hilarious. I honestly did not remember that you could die of overwork. Zombies too much? Feared sure. I'm glad that you remember this, Torchbearer. Your Sims is Sims 4? Yeah, I never played much Sims beyond The Sims 2. Magic. So spell components. Tell me all about spell components. You're gonna tell me about Trollbeard. You're gonna tell me about flowers. That's what I was trying to get. Tell me about Uranus Peace. Tell me about Cheetah Claws. Tell me about flasks. Tell me about Mandrake. And that, because that is also, unfortunately, the annoying thing sometimes about these games is if you didn't trigger the prerequisite conversation, like you could be standing there waiting for something to trigger, or be like, "This is what's supposed to happen here," or it makes sense for something to happen here, and it just doesn't happen because you didn't ask about it yet. Like, obviously, I'm supposed to be able to pick stuff in the field. I'm not paying attention to what I'm clicking. Um, but maybe it won't let me pick flowers because I didn't do the right thing there. I don't know. All right, talk to me, Center Daddy. Well, that sounded dirty. Yep, you have a Hildy. Yep, you have a farmer's market. Which is one of the things that I have to always remember is like I'm really good about talking to people in these games. I'm not always good at looking at things, and sometimes looking at something is important. But then again, you don't always know if something is worth looking at in these old school games. And what's funny is as point and click games started to slide in popularity, the odd and sensible thing they did is that they actually made them a little easier over time. Um, Things would sparkle if you're able to interact with them. You weren't just randomly clicking on parts of the screen, or like I said in the EJ version, trying to work out what you're supposed to type in, like look at second door, uh, to figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing. Okay, we know very little about the Baron and his family. Enough already. Now we save. Bim bam 8. Okay, so I did just go straight north for a bit. We end up here. Woo! I'm still here. Cheers to you, Miss Wise Clown. And they went from yeah, so Harper, they went from having nothing be interactable to giving you hints as to what was being interactable, and at one point I feel like they went too far. They just started putting straight up hint books in these games. Like you could click you click this thing up here or a variant of that, and it would just solve the puzzle for you. At which point I'm like, okay, we've gone a bit far. That's unnecessary. All right, let's cast some open. So cheers to you, Miss Wise Clown, on this lovely Friday. We're sipping and pointing and clicking and streaming. Man, I'm on YouTube. I made my YouTube debut tonight. I didn't even know that was happening. I expected it to just tell me, screw you, sip and stream Fridays. Oh, I ain't got nothing else to do most Friday nights. Ha, I'm such a mom. I did. Thank you for noticing. I cut it. I had my hair done today. See, that's why you my boo. You my booiest boo. I have all the flowers I need. Okay. I'm not gonna eat the fruit because I think I can only eat one a day, and I might need that if I fight a dinosaur again. Oh, I actually wanted to fight that guy. Oh, I'll fight you instead. I don't know if I have to have that in my hand. I don't think I do. Ah, making terrible grunty noises. Zap. So yeah, that is the one problem with putting the speed up to like that high is that I don't actually nothing else is sped up except my walking speed. So I actually kind of wanted to fight that goblin because goblins tend to have money on them. It's a Saurus. Actually, I'm gonna go back to Arona's piece and I'm gonna eat a fruit. I don't want to fight you now. Stop following me. Why are you so obsessed with me? So I have my number one subscriber, even better than Mortex. Harper actually has my longest running subscription total, even more than Mortex. We give him a hard time about it all the time. We have my low key producer, and we have my boo. Aw, this is a good stream. Mortex cannot be on stream. It could not make it for checking out my point and click debut stream because my son had a soccer game at an unusual time. See what's this way. Oh no! Go away! No! 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 I don't want to fight him. He looks terrible. No, sportsy ball is football. This is kicky ball, which I actually now have to call soccer because my son likes it, and I can't mock it the way that I used to because I can't mock the things that he loves. Ugh. Why do I have to be a good mom? Being a bad mom is so much less effort. All right. So I do appreciate that the game allows you to collect 10 silvers worth of uh flowers, so you can, if you really want to, really slow roll building wealth in this game. Here are the silvers. Use flowers for potion making. So that is how you can grind making some money. Which now I should have 11. Yeah, I have 11 silver pieces. So I have I'm definitely coming out a bit ahead. I do need to somehow make enough money to get the fetch spell because I need the fetch spell to get that. Um, and I Here's Spielberg Castle. Let's talk. Let's look at this. Let's look at this son of a bitch. What's your name? My name is Carl. What's up, Carl? It's Castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. That's the way he talks. Look at his face. That's the way he talks. Job. Stable keeper could use a strong young person to help clean the stables. It's not much work, but it's good, honest work. If you'd like to take a job, come on in. Stable. Cleaning up after the horse is a good way to build your muscles. Baron. My lord sees no one since the loss of his son and daughter. Loss. 10 years ago, the Baron's daughter, Elsa, was stolen away by magic. 5 years back, the Baronet Bernard von Spielberg went on a hunt from which he did not return. This was all clearly part of Baba Yaga's curse. Elsa. Elsa, you say? Yes. Elsa von Spielberg. Elsa von Spielberg was a lovely young child with braided blonde hair and the brightest blue eyes, like her mother, the Baroness, used to have. A large winged creature flew over the castle walls, grabbed Elsa, and vanished before the guards could fire upon it. Searched everywhere for her, but to no avail. Even the Jester York joined the search for her. The Baron sent a troop of guards in to storm Baba Yaga's hut, but think their skull sit atop her fence. Elsa von Spielberg would be about 18 now. Oh, goodness. Everyone, we have an unexpected guest. She doesn't usually like to be on stream. Cats in the stream, cats in the chat. And about the hut. Baba Yaga has her hut to the northwest. It is a very dangerous place, and many baronial guards have been lost there. Baroness. The Baroness died soon after the birth of her daughter. The Baron still mourns her. York. He's a very jolly old fool who loved to laugh. He was devoted to Elsa and swore he would not return until Elsa was safe. Baba Yaga. Powerful ogress. It's the cause of all the Baron's misfortune. He is a vile creature who knows much magic. Kitty cameo. Lemony butt. Curse. The Baron ordered Baba Yaga to leave when she first cursed the graveyard. When he then sent the baronial guards after her, their only captain returned to the castle. The captain spoke these words: Hear me, O mighty Baron. Thou hast angered me, and thus you are cursed. All that you value you shall lose. All that you treasure shall be taken from you, in a strange voice. And the captain then dissolved in a pool of sticky blackness. Why, it's got to be blackness. Baba Yaga has her hut out to the northwest. It's a very dangerous place, and many baronial guards have been lost there. You just gonna keep walking sometimes? We were talking, man. Bernard. The Baronet Bernard von Spielberg was a proud young man and had dark hair and eyes of his father, like the Baron. He rode off one morning, and his horse returned without him. The horse had been raked by the claws of some large animal. There is still a reward offered for the safe return of the baronet, but I fear he is dead. Reward. There is still a reward for the offer of the safe return of the baronet Nelson von Spielberg of 50 gold. The capture or death of the brigand warlock, there is a reward of 50 gold. The capture or death of the brigand leader, and there's a reward of 50 gold and the title of Hero of Spielberg. Hero. Hero of the realm of Spielberg is a title, respect, honor. True hero can release this land from its curse using his intelligence and courage. Tell me about Baba Yaga. He's a wild creature who knows magic. We already talked about that. We talked about the case. Cool to seek blackness. Uh, but, Elsa, we were talking about that. Anything else? Guards. Baron von Spielberg lost most of his guards trying to defeat Baba Yaga. I want that job. I will do things for money. Yeah, yeah. That Baron's kids, they dead probably. If you can find him, if I'm wrong, then you know you can get 50 silver. If you are addressing me, sir, you must respect me enough to address me to my face. Weapons master. I'm the weapons master, expert swordsman and trainer. Sword. The sword is the finest of all weapons. It requires equal measures of skill and strength. This is for the fighter. Skill. The skills of the sword are thrust, swing, parry, and dodge. Timing of such actions is critical to the success of the fighter. Practice. Practice is one way to improve in one's skill. Friendship. Please do not bother me, young adventurer. Ask me about something more interesting. Oh my god, I wanted to be friends. Fighting. Fighting is both an art and a skill. It's the skill in the use of muscle control and the blah, blah, blah. It is an art in outwitting and outmaneuvering the opponent. I am, of course, a skilled artiste. Do you fight? I'm a skilled teacher as well as a skilled fighter. Sword, armor. I never use a shield. It gets in the way of my abilities of dodging. It is best used by those who are strong, but not as swift and agile. You definitely require a shield. Practice. Practice is one way to improve. Brigands fight remarkably well for riffraff who have never had the benefit of my training. There are cowards who like to hide behind their shields, but I must admit they do that well. Should you find yourself face to face with one of the brigands, I suggest you mirror their technique. Parry or dodge until your opponent lowers his shield to attack. Then strike, so he can get his spear into an attack position. Okay, that's actually good. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Because I don't have fire to cast yet. Castle. It's the castle of the Baron von Spielberg. I'm the weapons master of the castle. The Baron had the wisdom to recognize greatness when presented to myself. Thus, he made me weapons master. Bernard. The Baronet had some minor talent with weapons, but he was too impatient. If he had but listened and learned what I teach, he would have never been lost. Elsa, a bright child. For a girl. She used to watch me practice daily and question me consistently. Pity she was not born a boy. Oh, you mother. But made a talented swordsman, if I had trained her. I could not demean myself to teach a mere girl, of course. Excuse me while I mentally slap a character through a screen. Slash me. Oh, I'm drinking out of my happiness glass. It is neither wealth nor splendor, but tranquility and occupation which give happiness. Thomas Jefferson. Guards. You'll find them very skilled at fighting. After all, I am the one who trains all the guards in the castle. Town. Please do not bore me, young adventurer. Ask me about something more interesting. Enough already. Can I not go that way? I go that way? Where's the stables? How do I get a job at the stables? You're looking for some work? Yeah. Good. Come in here and take a rake. Do, 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 do. I don't pay you to rest. Now get to work now. Okay, come over here. Salesman hands you some coins and says, now you're 5 silvers richer. Oh, goody gumdrops. Bim bam 12. Yes, this is literally my technique. I forget how to look at my stats. Is there something here? About creators of the game. I don't want to need to know anything about the creators of the game we're gonna play. How do I look at my stat? I look at me? What a guy! I should have known that. A piece of paper weighs 1 pound. Because as I do these activities, I know my stats are increasing. I just don't know how to look at my stats. Escape just brings me up there. Oh, I should put up my detail to maximum. I don't know why it's anything other than maximum. Well, Bim Bam 12 save here. Can we see the increase of detail? Castle. This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Daughter. The Baron's daughter has been gone for years. Name. My name is Pierre. Barracks. The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business going there. Bald spot. Don't get me mad. I'm not talking to you. Castle. This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Daughter. The Baron's daughter has been gone for years. Name. My name is Frederick. Barracks. The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business going there. Wait. Okay. Bald spot. Pierre is very proud of his mustache, but didn't mention his bald spot. Baron. Enough already. No one enters the castle with the Baron's permission. The Baron sees no one. I'm not talking to you. I'm going to the right. The barracks. Yeah. Well, let me go to the barracks. Right? Weapons Master, why are you being so fucking weird? Okay. So that's everywhere I can go inside the castle. Here's my yard work simulator. I love it. Okay, you're Swordman, you're a lot. Let's see, what is the time of day? It's midday on day 2. Okay, well that means I can go back and go grab some more flowers. Maybe try to fight a bitch. Says any RPG. So this is a combination of no, I don't want to fight him. I don't want to fight him. No, 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 no! I didn't want to fight this one. Run! What a monster! That was a tough battle, and you never fear. All you had to do was restore your game. And what? What do you mean restore what game? Bim Bam 12. Aha! I was prepared this time. And I'm going to try to gain some more flowers. Because I need to now get enough gold to get the fetch spell, which will give me some room to buy a couple of other spells that will help me with combat. Your hunger has been totally satisfied. You don't need another piece. Okay, so the So the fruit takes care of hunger. It does not restore any health. That is good to know. So I'm just gonna have to run like a little bitch. I'm running like a little bitch. Stop being so obsessed with me! Eh. I don't think that there's any time limit as to how many days I have to complete the game. In-game days I need to complete the game in. So I do know that one of the ways to quasi soft lock the game, or at least cut off your access to certain potions, which can soft lock the game if you haven't done gotten the undead potion yet, is to, as the thief, break into her house and steal. She knows you did it. She knows you did it, and then she won't answer the door anymore when you knock, and then you can't get any of the potions that you need. The undead ingredient. Finish the game. No. A classic Sierra softlock. All right, so I'm going to have to get 26 silver. How much is? I need to run back into town to see how much the gold, how much the fetch spell is. I think it was 40. Oh, he always does the, I forget. He always does the dramatic, look at where I am, when he enters. And yet we have only explored a very small part of the forest at this point in time, because I know what I'm doing in theory here, kinda sorta. And this game is a little grindy in the beginning. Magic. What spells? Come on. Oh. Tell me about the shop. No, nothing. Spielberg. Blah, 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 blah. Tell me about the magic shop, yes. What spells? Yes. Okay, so fetch is 40 silver. And did I cast this? Did I not actually get this? I did get the spell from Aron's piece, right? I got calm. Oh, I gotta step outside the town. Or go into the alleyway. Don't go into the alleyway at nighttime. The magical protective aura missed the alleyway. Okay, so I do have calm. I'm going to save here. Bim bam 13. Oh no! Unlucky number. I do intend to sleep at Arana's Peace tonight so that I don't have to spend any money. It does mean that I need to figure out 10 minutes rest. I feel better. So you can rest to feel better, obviously. So it's mid-afternoon on day 2. And there are, like I said, that is the Centaur's Garden outside the Healer's Hut. Those are all relatively safe places for you to take a quick little resty poo. But I was in no shape to take on a brigand yet. I'm gonna grab more flowers while we're here. I am going to take a long rest. Let's sleep all night. You can't sleep during the daytime. All right, well then I'll take a 60-minute rest. I'm too impatient to... because I just rested. Damn you to hell! So a brief hi if anyone happens to be watching on YouTube. I don't know how to make your stuff show up on screen yet because I wasn't anticipating... Oh shit! Did I defeat a goblin? I motherfucking did. 4 silver coins! Dun dun dun! Can I take a little nappy poo now? Can I take a snack? I can't take a snack. I can't take a nap. After 60 minutes rest, I feel better. What is the time of day? Sunset approaches on day 2. So, I'm going to go ahead and do a savey poo. I don't know why I keep saying the word poo, but it's fine. I'm going to see if maybe I can find another low-level something to beat the shit out of. Now that I am full of hubris. My weapon is now magically charged for the first hit. I'm just going to actually keep on walking back and forth right around this piece. See if I can get a goblin or a brigand to spawn. Preferably a goblin. There you go. Oh no! I was full of hubris. Not the hubris. There are actually dodge buttons. I don't know why I keep ignoring them. Right now I am in the classic RPG tradition of grinding. Jab, jab, jab. That's right. I killed you. Come on. Fish my opponent. 4 more silver pieces. I am significantly less poor than I was. Ooh, I can actually afford the fetch spell. Oh no, the consequences of my actions. Look, no one hates the consequences of their actions more than me. Okay, so that's the only thing that opens. I'm just curious to see what it says. Stone has been moved. You took the scroll. Okay. I have all the flowers that I need. So when morning comes, I will... Like I said, I'm literally gonna wait here for an hour. No, I want to stay awake because if I fall asleep before night actually falls, it's gonna be bad for me. I think. Let's see what happens. Let's sleep all night. Okay, no. It was late enough that I could sleep all night. In the safety of Irana's peace, I sleep comfortably amongst the fragrant flowers. You waken as the sun begins to rise. Right. Bim bam, 16. Alright, so I am going to go sell some flowers. Then I'm going to go pick me up a fetch spell. And that'll give me perhaps enough money to buy... Nope, go away. Go away. I don't want you. Go. Stop being obsessed with me. I'm gonna work the stables again. Some cash. Is that okay? Thank you. Pointing and clicking, rhyming. Oh my gosh, you went full you went full Monkey Island on me. I'm gonna go and look, Carl. Stop yelling at me. Let's open the gate. Good night. I'm gonna do the stables. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work real hard. Yes, I always need work. What am I gonna do? Buy a fucking horse? Come on, Bim Bam. The one true hero. Do 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 do. Come on over here. I'm gonna get 4 shiny silver. Oh, 5 shiny silver. Cool. I'm gonna get 10 more silver. Gotta build that wealth because in the early stages, as you can see, combat is a little bit difficult on your magic user. And the best way to deal with that is to have money. Because as many things in life go, uh, money is the answer to your problems. Not all of the answer to your problems, but they do. It solves a lot of your problems. Oh, I forgot to sell. I guess it actually doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to her anyway. I'll go ahead and. Why do we need to have this dramatic look around every time you walk into town? You're like, you ain't never seen this place before. Dummy. I shouldn't say that about Bim Bam. He's a good sort. Where are you, creepy fairy lady? There you are. Yeah, I want to buy some shit. Stop being weird. I would like to get the fetch spell. All I have is 9 silver pieces left. That's not a lot of money. But it is enough to grab me a ring. Yeah, because you really, really need the flame spell if you're going to take on some of these stronger creatures as a magic user. You knew what I was trying to do. You take the lovely gold ring from the nest. You place the gold ring from your pack in the nest on the ground. It's a mess anyway and I don't need it. Okay. You like to knock on the door. I don't know, you can give me your reward for giving you your ring back. 6 gold coins and 2 healing potions. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Oh, and a big hug and kiss. But I didn't sell you my flowers yet, so I'm going to have to go back in. I don't know why the door is bolted. So we're ahead of the game now on some money, because let's see, yeah, we got 6 gold pieces and 9 silver pieces, which is better than what we started off with. I'm going to give her my flowers. Here's silver pieces, silver pieces. And I'm not sure if I want to buy the flame stone is really important. It really is if you're going to be fighting. But I don't know if I need it yet. What I am going to do is I'm going to save here, and I'm going to call it a night. But yes, we've started our adventure in becoming a hero. Um, if I remember correctly, if you kind of know what you're supposed to do, this game does not take a long period of time. So I don't think this is going to take us more than a couple, with this, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks more of this particular game at the max at the rate I'm going. I said I did about 2 hours tonight because I was celebrating my multi-stream for a minute there. Uh, yeah, yeah, we've started. We've started being a hero. But good night, all. It's Friday night. And the mood is right. TGIF. Uh, but yes, I am a panda, and in my opinion, you're great.